Today's video is about the 10 things that a realtor will need to know when listing or selling a condo where conventional mortgage financing will be used. With this type of information in hand ahead of a listing or the sale of a condo, you're going to have a much better chance of having a smooth transaction. My name's Tony Cardinali, and I'm a producing branch manager at CrossCountry Mortgage. I've learned a lot in my 20 years of lending, and I'm going to share some of that knowledge with you today. As always, if you're new here, please take a minute to like and subscribe for more charts and checklists about mortgage financing. Condominiums are a very appealing option for potential buyers today for various reasons, but it can be a precarious form of collateral for lenders to lend against. When a home buyer is looking to obtain financing on their condo, their lender is confronted with considerably more stringent guidelines than a single-family home, and they're often going to require a lot more documentation. Not only will they require documentation just on the property, they're also going to require information about the development itself. So essentially, not only is the buyer's information being underwritten by the lender, but also the condo's information as well. So two things at once. Having a checklist of the 10 things that an agent should know when they're working with a seller or buyer of a condominium is going to be super helpful to anybody thinking of selling, buying, or listing a condominium. So I'll review the 10 things with you here, the 10 questions, and at the end, of course, I'll provide you with a checklist you can download and use yourself. Keep in mind, the lender's likely to ask more questions than this, so it's a good place to start, but be prepared for more questions. Number 1, is there any pending litigation in the development that relates to structure, safety, or habitability? If there is, please find out specifics around the litigation, like dollar amount or where they're at in the process of litigation. Number 2, does any single entity, person, corporation own more than 10% of the units? If yes, again, get the information. It could be a non-warrantable condominium where the loan cannot be sold to Fannie or Freddie. Number 3, you got to find out what the percentage of condo units are owned by non-occupants, meaning investors. So this is only going to be important when the buyer of that condominium is going to be also an investor. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is not concerned with owner occupancy in the development when this is going to be a primary residence. Ask about additional phasing. So ask the developer or association if they're going to be continuing to build. Are there more buildings or phases being built? Ask how many, and ask if the subject phase with a property that's being sold is 100% complete. Number 5, ask if there's any deed restricted units in the development. Ask what type of deed restriction, age or income. Find out if the subject unit is one of those deed restricted units, and then read the unit deed available at the Registry of Deeds. Make sure the condo is not an ineligible condo. There's a list on Fannie Mae's website. I'll include a link in the description. Is the association run by a condo management company? If so, sometimes you do have to get their contact information for the lender to contact them. Number 8, what is the percentage of commercial space, if any, in the development? So if it's greater than or equal to 35%, it could be a problem finding a lender to lend on it. It's usually considered a non-warrantable condo in that case. Number 9, what are the number of owners that are past due greater than 30 days? So we're looking for a percentage here. What percentage of the unit owners? If it's greater than 15%, it's going to be a non-warrantable condominium. Number 10, is the project a conversion? So if it is a converted two-family home into a condominium development, find out what the date of that conversion was. Was it a gut rehab or a non-gut rehab? And make sure you can get a copy of the certificate of occupancy, because you're going to need that if it was a gut rehab. Thanks, and I hope you found that helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out the links in the description for the checklist.